2,722nd edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Welcome to day one of a two-day Fed meeting, kids. It's happening already, right? Tuesday is day one of a two-day Fed meeting. We expect the Fed to do nothing, right? Nothing. They're not going to raise, they're not going to lower. What this Fed meeting's about is the speech afterwards, the rhetoric afterwards, what they say, what the governors said when they were at the meeting to come up with what they're going to say on Wednesday. That will be important because we know they're not lowering, they're not raising rates. So we'll see what happens. But I will say that has kept the OMNI offering mixed signals for days on end, waiting for the market to finally make up its mind. And you got to assume the Fed meeting's going to be that day, right? I left a question in my last video. A, do you think the market dropping right before a Fed meeting is a Wall Street setup to get long? Or B, do you think we're actually starting to see some downside in this market? So I want you of course, that question remains valid for the next day and a half, 2 days, till the Fed meeting on Wednesday at 2 p.m. So tonight's question: is this a Wall Street classic buy setup, the market dropping a few days before a Fed meeting on Wednesday? Answer A, yes, it's a buy setup, Oscar. Answer B, no, it's downside coming. Give me your reasoning for that. Traders, trading is risky, risky, risky. We lost money today. We didn't get stopped out. Maybe some of us did, depending upon your stop. But the markets, we got in, the markets went up, they went against us, we got out at the end of the day, but our stops were there to cover us in case this trade continued to go bad. In fact, we've had so much flip-flopping and so much indecisive market movement in the last month, I think we posted a losing month in February. The OMNI actually posted a losing month, I know. I haven't seen the figures yet, but I lost, so I have to assume the OMNI did too. Now, we go for years on end, barely ever a losing month, right? We'll sprinkle one in every couple of years. I don't know if there's been 3 losing months in the last 3 or 4 years, but February was a losing month. Thank God for stops. It could have been a disastrous month. Put your stops in, put them in first. We don't expect the OMNI to lose in March, I'll tell you that much, so let's get moving. Remember how risky trading is and put those stops in. The Fed, they're going to have a meeting Tuesday and Wednesday. That would be today if you're watching the video on Tuesday. That would be tomorrow if you're watching the video Monday night. But the Fed has a 2-day meeting, Tuesday and Wednesday. The OMNI has been offering mixed signals. It's offering mixed signals again for trading on Tuesday. But I've got a few other markets in mind I want to trade. And if you come to livewithoscar.com, I'll show you what those are. The transportation average, the Russell 2000, those two indices have been leading the markets lately. They've been leading the E-mini S&P, the NASDAQ, and they've both been following QQQs, the whole 9 yards. Transportation average and Russell have been leading lately. I'll have charts to show you that. Crypto! Wall Street's got Bitcoin's number. Wall Street's got Ethereum's number. You know whose number Wall Street doesn't have? Solana's number. Wall Street does not have that. What does that mean? The markets have been coming down lately. Stock market, you name it, right? And Ethereum and Bitcoin have been coming down, but not Solana, baby. Now, I told you I own Solana. I told you that the day I brought it up. I own Bitcoin. That's about all I care about at this particular second in time. Solana has been good to me. I like it very much. We know that Bitcoin is the future, right? That'll definitely go crazy in the future. But you can tell that Wall Street's got Bitcoin and Ethereum's number lately because there's ETFs and there's futures trading on those two, Bitcoin and Ethereum, but not on Solana. And Solana's been going up, even though Bitcoin and Ethereum's been going down. Bravo for Solana. I'm glad I own some of that. So we've got some charts on all of this. Traders, OmniCamp is coming. We got an OmniCamp in about a month, maybe a little further than that, out to the end of April. You need to call me, 702-629-4755. If you'd like to be part of a 4-day, 5-night extravaganza here in Las Vegas, you will be in my home office where I will teach you Oscar's Market Navigational Indicator, the OMNI. I will teach that to you if you give me a call, 702-629-4755. and want to fix your trading and come out to Las Vegas from a Thursday night to a Monday afternoon. You've got to show up on a Thursday night. You get sent home Monday. You get sent home with a brand new laptop pre-programmed by me with all the information that you will need moving forward. And you will be in my presence learning this from me. I promise you, it is the best thing that you could ever possibly do. I have traders around the world that take my recommendations every day. I send them out to them, but that's like feeding someone a fish. And if I stopped feeding them fish tomorrow, there'd be no fish to feed them left. I want to teach you how to feed yourselves, fish for yourselves. Go to OmniBootCamp.com, fill out your application. So there's this. In Las Vegas, the end of April, I'm hosting an OmniCamp. Then in June, the first weekend of June, I should say June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, I'm hosting OmniCamp on the go in Florida. You want to be with me in Florida? You don't feel like coming to Vegas? Once again, go to OmniBootCamp.com, fill out your applications, and I'll personally call you and see if you qualify for a seat. Traders, if you don't mind, I promise you, if you come out to OmniCamp, you will get so much good from this. It will fix your trading style. It'll put you where you need to be so that you can finally call these markets correctly. If that is something you want to do, make sure you come out and see me. Please watch this quick clip. It'll show you what happens when other people come out and see me for OmniCamp. Take a look.
I think not only is the real deal, I don't think people sometimes realize what a superstar he is in the trading arena. He's not here trying to make a buck. He's actually here giving. He's a giver, and that's the real deal. And so here's somebody giving, and he's a superstar in what he does, and we get the honor to learn that. That's pretty awesome.
Traders, you've seen that. That will happen to you. Do not wait. Call me now. And if you don't want to come out here and you just need trading recommendations, join my Platinum service. I send you recommendations 24 hours a day when we're going to buy and sell, where the stops should go, or where a suggestion of the stops, however you want to call that. You get those in real time as we're going to trade. That is the Platinum recommendation service. Join that at livewithoscar.com if you don't want to come learn this from me. I'll feed you the fish anyway. Barring that, I've got charts I want to show you, cats, and I can't wait to do that. If you don't mind, watch this chart segment because you're going to like what you're going to see, and then you'll see why most likely we're getting mixed signals from the Omni for the last couple of weeks. Traders, keep your emotions out of this game. Do you know how to do that? Put your stop in first. That helps so much with you. You know how much you're going to lose, right? So you stop biting your nails. After you put that stop in first, you say this to yourselves over and over again, and it'll help you stay calm. Say this with me, and we'll go look at some charts together. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll, traders, believe in that. And now let's go look at some charts. Traders, you're looking at the Bloomberg Commodity Index, which is something that measures commodity inflation. What it's been measuring since COVID is commodity deflation, as you can see. But we did have a little bit of an upwards tick right here for the last couple of weeks. And I have to say, if you look at the commodities charts, with the exception of really a little bit of crude, because it's not that far at a price, cocoa, which is bizarrely overpriced, or I shouldn't say that, just bizarrely high in price, and copper, that's about it as far as commodities are concerned. So the inflation there is probably more from goods and services, but that little uptick that you see in inflation creates something like this. I showed this to you 2 nights ago and said, look, the Dow Jones Transportation Average has been leading lately. It never seems to get through this average, right? Average is solid as a rock, once only. Solid as a rock, then plays a little bit here. Finally, you break. And I asked, do you think this is a Fed setup? Because 2 more bars from now is Fed decision day. Do you think that's a setup? Well, I will say this. The transportation average not only broke that moving average, it also broke my OMNI moving average, and that almost never happens. Look, now we're through the OMNI, which almost never happens. I'm going to blow up this chart, or I should say I'm going to zoom in on this chart and give you a little more room. Look how far back we can go. The OMNI is solid around the transportation average, and it's below it right now. And last time it got below it, it got a little hairy. It's not usual that we break the OMNI average, but hey, it's been broken. Want to bring that to your attention. Then you've got this. Transportation average has been leading the markets a little bit lower lately, and so has the Russell. And the Russell has had a double top. One bar above that double top is all that's happened since, and every other bar since that double top's been tested has been below the double top. So the Russell 2000 and the transportation average is absolutely leading. Now I'm going to give you a few more bars on the same chart just to show you we rallied. That is a double top, and it has been validated because you can't seem to get through it. So you've got some downward pressure, right, from the leader right now, which is the transportation average and the Russell. But then you look at the OMNI S&P, and you go, well, this isn't a perfect channel going straight up. Nothing goes straight up, of course, but going up. It stops at the top of the channel. It stops at the bottom of the channel. If it even gets close, it holds. It's been good. Nothing wrong with this look at all. And you look at the NASDAQ, and you go, well, what's wrong with the NASDAQ? It looks fantastic. You came out of the channel for one bar, went right back in the channel, settled here. It holds the channel. 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 And it held it here. This is a good look. Another nice channel. See the confluence? This is why OMNI has been having trouble. You've got half the markets pointing up, the other half pointing down. OMNI's waiting for the markets to decide, then it'll tell us what to do. Then you've got Bitcoin, baby. Here we go with the cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, just like the stock market, has had a few down days, right? Now, what's a little bit ugly is we got through this average, which almost doesn't happen lately. Since the first good signal we got off the bull flag and holding the average, held the average, made a flag, held the average, signal comes out. Another signal comes out. Another signal comes out. Another signal comes out. Here you just got under the average for the first time. All right. Ethereum, which follows usually Bitcoin, same sort of thing. It follows Bitcoin in sympathy, and it has fallen back a little bit. Now, there is a Fed meeting in 2 days. This would be considered support if you get to it. Why? Because it was resistance on the way up, right? Stopped. Now you get above it, support on the way down. 2 days from now, we have a Fed meeting. So is Ethereum and Bitcoin doing exactly what the S&P, NASDAQ, Russell, and transportation average are doing? Are they setting us up for a good buy on Wednesday? Then there's this. Wall Street seems to have Ethereum's number. Wall Street seems to have Bitcoin's number. You know whose number they don't have? They don't have Solana's number. Look, just keeps going up, right? Not every day it closes at the top of the day, but it's been going up, while Bitcoin and Ethereum and the stock market have been going down a little bit. That's because Wall Street doesn't have that bad boy's number, but it does have Bitcoin and Ethereum's. Traders, I hope this helps you. Make sure you join me at livewithoscar.com. I'll see you in my free live trading room.